Most people from my area, they see like a native walking around and they would think, oh, he's like a bum or he's on something, you know? I don't think that's the case. We're all the same, sort of.
You get a feeling from the media that that going downtown is dangerous, and I walked here today and I have to admit I was scared at the moment. I even hid my my earphones. It's kind of stupid and I feel guilty about feeling that way.
A lot of times I don't know what to do when I see racism. I just kind of stare at them like, well, why would you do that?
Can I get you girls please to sign in and then do a name tag for yourselves? Okay. Morning. Good. Yeah, welcome.
No one would be racist if they've gone through what other people have gone through. Never judge a book by its color and stuff like that, you know what I mean?
Whenever I see people picking on someone or doing something, what goes through my mind at that time is how could they have that hatred towards someone? What did they do to you? You can't do that to someone. It gets me so mad when I see people do that.
I want to just thank especially a couple of people, Barb and Clarence, the elders who have come here today, and Callahan as well, and Mark Hall. Again, thank you and welcome everyone.
When you live in the inner city, it feels like everyone's against you. Like the cops are against you.
Yeah, inner city life is just, it's probably harder than most lives. It's kind of difficult dealing with gang members and drugs and alcohol, like, but you know, police are a big deal too, man. Like, I've run into a lot of police, and well, most of them are nice. They'll throw you to the ground, they'll do stuff to you, they'll hurt you, they'll talk trash, they'll just be a nuisance, man. And don't avoid the inner city.
Well, I can, in fact, try, not do, but try, to be more respectful to everyone else, because like, I want respect all the time, and I hate it when people treat me like I'm a piece of shit. Just because I'm a youth from the north side. Like people think like, oh, look at him, baggy pants, fucking big t-shirt, saggy ass. Look at that kid. It doesn't mean that I have no class. I hold doors for people. I help people in need whenever I can. But it just gets so hard sometimes when people make stupid allegations about you. And then they get you locked up, and they don't believe me because like in Winnipeg, it's guilty until proven innocent when you're a youth like me in Winnipeg. Straight up. I just want to do something with my life. And I don't want to end up another dead youth, like just a waste of life. Like they could have done something with their lives. And that's what I'm trying to do. I don't want to end up like them, 6 feet deep.
I learned a lot from them today. I've learned some of their stories, and I think that's really good because if we don't share our stories, we won't be able to learn from others' mistakes or our own mistakes. And by sharing our stories, we can see our mistakes. It's just been phenomenal. You meet people and just you discover them, and like you discover something about yourself. Like we had a sharing circle, and almost every time someone said something, I could relate to at least a part of it, and I think that's really awesome that we have the same values, and like even if we come from different point of views, or even if we have like a couple of different values, we still can share something together, and I think that's really important, because then we learn how to help ourselves by helping others, and that's really important because we need to learn how to respect others more than we do.
The things I'm going to take home are, you know, it's okay to be who you are and to be accepted for who you are. And if you're not accepted for who you are, then find somewhere, somehow that you can be accepted. And that no matter what happens, you're still you at the end of the day.
Well, I'm just learning more about Aboriginal culture, just how proud they are of their culture, and that's something I really would aspire to be that, you know, proud of where I came from. Also just the suffering and everything, and I'm not ignorant to that. I know about everything that people go through, and I watch the news and I hear about it, and I have an appreciation for it. But just hearing it in person and being with the people who went through that is really a different experience, and it brings it all home type thing.
Really what I want to take home with me is knowing that I will probably make a better difference later on in life and help people who are being misunderstood, and then help interpret that in ways that other people can understand. I need to make for myself a way in life so that I can help other people find their way in life.
I learned to be in touch with who I am, and I think there's somebody inside that wants to get out, and hopefully it will. I can learn to let that person out someday.
We're going to take about a 10-minute break, and then we're going to ask you to go to one of the 4 circles, and we want you to have an opportunity to sit with each of the elders, so we're going to move you from group to group.
But there are many instances where elders have, you know, helped me when I go to ceremonies.
I want to live in a world where everyone can at least have some kind of respect for one another, where there's not always fighting. I want something that will change, something that's better, not all this fighting that we see nowadays.
Everyone talks about how, you know, adults should set the example and all that. Kids should help set the example, because not all adults are like super responsible. Adults can set an example too, but kids can also set an example, and no one talks about that. Kids can set an example.
You gotta be involved. You gotta stand up. You gotta do something. You can't just be sitting there and complaining. You gotta actually stand for people. If someone's down, you help them up. If someone's bullying someone, you stop it. You get in there. You help. That's what you can do to be different. That's what you can do to help, to change the world, to make it a better place.
It's been a life-changing experience, and I hope that the people who come here today, including myself, don't just leave and forget about this, that they keep that fire, that passion to make a difference and to improve our society, to break down those barriers, to eliminate stereotypes, and to provide a more community-oriented environment.
A world that I would dream of living in would just be a world where differences are accepted and just working together to solve issues in a non-violent way, and not necessarily changing people's beliefs, but just giving them the opportunity to learn about other ways of thinking.
The youth have a voice, and they're using it positively. I think that's one of the most important things that that I've learned today, that the youth are starting to speak out, and that's a very positive thing for me, seeing that, because in our time we didn't have that, and today it shows that our youth are being very proactive in their approach against racism.
They are frustrated, like so many people, but I think this generation is going to be the change makers, and I strongly believe in that. And just by seeing them today, interacting and being open and honest about where they're at in their lives, because some of them still have struggles personally. So not only are they dealing with their own personal lives, but they're also dealing with society, the way it portrays, certain people.
Because information, communication, effective communication creates a positive outlook in life, and it creates a more positive influence on the people around you and your environment. Now more than ever, we have to be positive in what we're seeing around us, and this creates community, and if we have a positive community, there'll be a lot of things accomplished.
I go home hopeful, I go home happy, and I'm happy for these young people to have this forum available to them. Because you know what, just because the day is over doesn't mean it's over. They're going to go back to their classrooms and they're going to look at things in a different way.